This fucking book. This book, you guys. Oh my god. Hey everybody, it's Bartell's Bookshelf, and I'm here with my first Halloween review, and this is Wolf Tracks by David Case. And if you've seen my previous TBR video, then you know that I was planning... This was on my TBR, and I was looking forward to it because, it's a werewolf book from the early 80s, 80s horror paperback. It was reprinted by Valancourt recently, so I was like, what could go wrong? Turns out everything could go wrong. I said in my TBR video how reading the back of the book made me worry that this would be another generic werewolf murder mystery thriller thing. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. But this is so... This particular example is just so insipid, so insulting, so terribly written that I just had to talk about it. So this book takes place in Toronto, Canada, where a series of mysterious murders have been going down, and the murders seem to have been committed by something that's both man and animal. And of course the cops have to investigate, and I'm gonna spoil it here for you, but it's a werewolf. Although the characters in the book don't figure that out for a good 160 fucking pages. The first thing that struck me about this is that it's not really a werewolf book. This is more of a police procedural with some light werewolf elements sprinkled among it. And that would be okay if any of it was competent. It seems to be going for this, Ed McBain sort of dirty, gritty police procedural crime thriller thing. But David Case doesn't have the skills to pull it off, and instead it just comes off like an old angry boomer's attempt at being edgy and trying to make some sort of statement. Every character in this book is a miserable piece of shit. You have this guy who's the boyfriend to this girl, and the girl's really shrewish and manipulative, and she's like a boomer's parody of a leftist where she's always going on about capitalism and stuff like that. But the narration makes it clear that she only says that stuff because it's fashionable and trendy, and she's basically just a stupid bimbo who's unpredictable and does things on the whims of her female brain. The boyfriend is just haggard and miserable and lonely. And that's basically how it goes with every single male and female character and relationship in the book. All the men are angry or haggard, and all the women are just miserable shrews, manipulative harpies, or just completely scatterbrained and stupid. It's so plotting and obvious, and instead of feeling atmospheric or gritty, it just devolves into just monotony. There's just a lot of weird vitriol in this book directed at random things, there's one scene where two cops are trying to track down the werewolf, and they're watching a bunch of joggers go by in their police car, and they're just weirdly angry about just the whole concept of jogging. In the narration, it talks about how the two cops knew that they were ruining their spines just by jumping onto this exercise trend, and talking about how the joggers all have this smug look on their faces because they're like, oh, we're getting healthy, we're health conscious, and it's just there's so many stuff like that where it just has this whole vibe of just this miserable, angry rant that has no particular purpose other than for I guess the author to exercise his demons about male-female relations. And not only that, but this book is loaded with errors. It's full of misspellings and typos and incorrect words. I know this was a cheap leisure paperback, but seriously, I was shocked. I'm not exaggerating when I say literally every other page had some kind of mistake on it. I think the copy editor was asleep at his desk, or possibly didn't even exist at the company whenever they put this together. And as for the mystery, you'll figure out who it is within the first 30 pages. And even if you don't figure it out, it's not very satisfying. The killer is revealed within the last 20 pages and is dispatched pretty much just as quickly. In terms of werewolf stories, in terms of police procedurals, it really has nothing new to say. It's generic as generic comes. It's just Z-grade trash. Nothing about it is imaginative or interesting. None of the characters are likable. It's not well written. It fails on every single level that I could possibly think of. On top of just being this weird relic of 80s, misogyny, it's just terrible on all fronts. And I'm honestly shocked that Valancourt thought this was worth reprinting. I mean, Maybe some people see something in this that I don't. This was a complete waste of time, and I only finished it because it's spooky season, and this is a short, quick read. It's like 240 pages. Yeah, man, this was just a huge disappointment. I went into this video expecting to, get riled up and frothy at the mouth and do an angry rant and everything, and man, I'm just disappointed. I'm just sad. This just sucks. But hopefully there'll be more werewolf reads for Halloween that I will get along with a little bit better. Something to wash the memory of this barely held together piece of crap out of my mind. Yeah, that was my review for Wolf Tracks by David Case, and I hope you guys enjoyed. See you later, and happy Halloween.